Okay, you guys, this is an Anna video. Specifically, this is an Anna video about tournament settings. Getting strong tournament results with this character. This is a strong tournament character. I know that. Everyone else knows that, and they hate it. But for the people who play Anna or main Anna, the content I have on this channel about Anna, the conversationals, the instructionals, and the game plans, that's all about ranking up the character. So that's good just to get a good feel for the character, how to play the character a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter, and seeing how far you go with the character. In a tournament setting, that's not necessarily the mindset you want to have. And there are some questions about certain moves once you take into a tournament setting because it's the first two or first three. You don't get that many chances, and if you guess wrong with Anna, and you think the opponent isn't going to duck or they're not going to block mid, that could mean you're going to die. If your opponent guesses right and you guess wrong. Moves, you guys, there's three moves that you guys have questions about, or I get the most questions about, and commentary about. Number one is down forward forward. I know the hatred for this being minus 15. I get it. I really do. However, this is minus 15 because of the sequences you can create with this. Anna isn't, she's not fundamentally a strong character. Doesn't have the best mids. Her lows are terrible on block. And she's full of amazing highs. Amazing highs. However, it's more so about if you feel like you can do a low, you want to do a low, you don't want to die for it. That low is down 4. It is the best down 4 in the game. I don't care that you don't like it's -2 on hit. It can do this. It tracks. See, look at it tracking. Look at it tracking. Look at it tracking. Look at it tracking. She can do that too. Not that bad. She can do like 3 things from her down 4. This is to build sequences. So if you feel your opponent is trying to get out of Anna's range, because they don't want to deal with the offense in the 50-50s, that's what this slows for. Look how it just slows them down. They have to recover crouching, they recover at -5. Look at what all you can do. Look, like think about Anna's kit and look at what all you can do. So right now I have Kazuya set to sidestep right. So if you sidestep right here, because I know most of you are only used to playing people on P1, where you guys are both on P1. Sidestepping right means that the DF2 will whiff, so that means you have to do the homing move. However, in this sequence, Anna can do back 2-2, 4-4-3. She can do another down 4-4. She can do down back 3+4. She can go to full crouch and put them in a mix-up situation. She can do she can also do her throw game. She can do all those things all because she landed down 4-4 on hit. Those are a lot of options. And if your opponent is thinking you're going to do a down 4-1 or something like that, and they're trying to hurry up and get out the way, they're guessing wrong. And they just ate 72 damage right there. That's a combo. That is a combo. So instead of taking this like a low for, think of this as like building sequences. And one way you can get this low off is by using the mid you guys find like Luster don't think is that good, which is her down 2. Her down 2 is really good because this is really good. They are both 16 frame startup. I don't care. I don't care that the animation is the same. Very few people are going to be able to react to down 2 versus down 4-4. The reason why down 2 is so linear is because, like I say in my instructionals and in the guide, is that I think that they don't want you to stop moving with this character. They want you to keep lateral movement going because this is a way of making the opponent guess wrong. At this being +1 on block, if they try to retaliate with their while standing options, Magic 4, they're in the air. At this being +1, If they try to do like a little dick jab, they're gonna win. But you know, at +1, if they dick jab, that down 4-1 is going to trade, which is still in Anna's favor because they're still in Anna's range. You see, this is all about building sequences. And this down 4-4 on counter hit. This down 4-4, it launches. It is a launcher at balcony break, wall break, floor break. And you can do a mini wall combo if you're close enough to the wall and you land this on counter hit. Also look how it recovers. It's so many options from this move. This move works almost get hit. He won't get hit. Okay, let me stop him from sidestepping y'all. This move is a launcher on floor break. You can get a nice little down 3-4, down 3-4-1 sometimes at the wall. And it does the same thing out in the open as down 4-4 on counter hit, where they have to wake up from face down. If you continue moving, if you do like a little backdash movement and set up your little whip punish potential if they choose violence on wake up, you know, that's amazing. It's all about creating sequences with this move. And this move is so good because this move is so good on hit. You know, this is the low poke when you feel like you can get a low off. This is the low you do when you feel like you know your opponent's not seeing you're trying to build a sequence. Sequence mid. You guys think that this down 4-1, which I'm gonna talk about next, is the mid that you do when you're trying to build a sequence. But I want to think about you guys to think about this this down 4-1. Again, it doesn't track well. But the sequence in her down 4-1 is her string extensions of her down 4-1. That's a sequence. That's a sequence. That's a sequence. You know, that's the only sequence she has from her down 4-1 is that and then Magic 4. So it's really 2 sequences. That's not that strong, is it? So this is just a standard mid poke. And again, because she's such a small character, and because the sequences off her down 4-1 is so strong, that's the reason why it's not the best tracking down 4-1. But look at the range, and we all know her wild standing 1 is just like her down 4-1. Your mid check to keep your pressure going, and if you're sidestepping doing it, that's how you get that off. It's all about building sequences. Not necessarily like your standard pokes just to, you know, throw out, see how your opponent deals with them. These are moves to throw out for you to set up a situation or a sequence where your opponent has to guess. Okay, some moves that your opponent just does not want you to do is really 2 moves. It's really only 2 moves. They don't want you to do QCF1. They don't want you to. It's an electric, counter hit launcher. Look at how much range it covers. Like, oh my god. +2 to +4. But most of the time it's +3. Yeah, they don't. This is putting themselves in a sequence or putting themselves in a situation where they have to guess, because they know at some point you're going to take your frame advantage. So they're going to be sidestepping right because this is a sidestep right. If they want to sidestep right, you know. QCF2. That's what I was trying to get off. She has moves to track sidestep right. The best way to get QCF1 off is they still have to deal damage, so they're going to be trying to frame trap you, so you don't get a chance to press buttons. And because her creep step is so good, it really does evade highs. You feel like a high is coming, or you feel like a very slower startup mid to QCF1 is coming. You know, get it, you know, mash, get it off. Get your little counter here, launcher, do your little damage. Now that's if they're sidestepping right. If they're choosing to sidestep left or sidewalk left, they don't want to deal with your full crouch mix-up. They never want you to be successful in this stance if they're choosing to sidewalk left. So, you know, act accordingly. Not that, but what you want to do. a little lackluster. We know it's lackluster on kind of hit. But this is where your homing moves come into play. Forward 4-2 actually works in this situation. I promise you it does. But that's just some things to think about, and it's pretty obvious why they don't want to deal with you ducking in their face. But that's just playing Ana. They can complain all they want to about Ana players not playing neutral. If I see you playing playing the character well, I'm gonna call it out like they're playing the fuck out of Ana. So those are some things to think about. Hopefully, my opinions and expressions on those 3 moves, and what to do and how to use them, and how to not necessarily pokes to just do, but pokes to set up sequences. Hopefully that changes your whole thought process on them. Again, happy gaming with Ana. Hope you guys have strong tournament placements. Talk to y'all soon.